Hello everybody, it's Red and welcome back to more Pokemon Generations. Last time we made our way through Rock Tunnel. It was a pain, but we made it, and here we are right now in Lavender Town. Now here in Lavender Town there are a couple things that we could do, but we're not actually gonna spend too long in here. First I wanna come in here into the Pokemart, and they actually sell Great Balls. We can finally stop relying on Pokeballs. I think I'm gonna buy just a bunch. If you watch like one of the first Pokemon for Dummies videos, you will know that Pokeballs are outclassed by every single other type of Pokeball. So, you know, as soon as you get access to Great Balls, which is right here in Lavender Town, don't even bother buying Pokeballs anymore. I'm just gonna use up all the ones that I have, and then never again buy Pokeballs ever again. We also have access to Super Potions and Revives. Oh my gosh, Revives! So this is an item that will restore a status condition. Well, it kind of works like that, restoring a status condition. If your Pokemon faints, it means that it has 0 HP. It's that simple. And Revive will cure that by giving your Pokemon half of its HP back. It can be used during battle, of course. If your Pokemon is fainted, it will not be active in battle, so you know, you will send out something and then you will revive something that is in the back because you know it's dead, so it's not fighting. And that's how revives work. They are great to use in battle. I'm gonna avoid using them in battles because, you know, our opponents can't use revives, so I think it's kind of cheating. Not exactly, because it's how the game goes. That's how the song plays. But yeah, I don't like using revives during battles. But, you know, if I'm out and about, I might as well use them. And also inside this house right here, we can find this guy. Hello, I'm the official name rater. 1 minute to rate the nicknames of your Pokemon. So this guy right here, he will actually allow you to change the nicknames of any Pokemon you want. Well, as long as you have caught the Pokemon yourself. Traded Pokemon cannot have different nicknames. You cannot change the nicknames of Pokemon that were traded to you. If you can trade the Pokemon back to the person who first caught the Pokemon, then that person can change the name for you. So that's not a huge problem. But you yourself can't do that unless you caught the Pokemon. And of course, it's as simple as you choose a Pokemon that you want to change the nickname of. For example, if I want to change Distractio's nickname, here we go. Wanted to give it a nicer name, and then you can just, like, say, Dispuplio. Okay, this Pokemon has been renamed to Dispuplio. I have no idea what that is. So yeah, that's just how it works. And then of course you can change the names of any Pokemon you want, as long as you caught it. So here in Lavender Town, there is a lot that I could talk about this place, but I'm just gonna let this girl give you an idea. Do you believe in ghosts? Sure, I'll say yes. I'll say yes. Really? So there are believers. Oh, okay. What happens if we say no? I guess not. That white hand on your shoulder, it's not real. Of course it's not real. This is just the creepiest town in the game with the creepiest song in the game. And ghosts, yeah. So we're not gonna spend too long here in Lavender Town. Our main attraction will be this place right here called the Pokemon Tower. Don't forget to keep that throat hydrated. The Pokemon Tower, let's see if they will tell us. I came to pray for my Clefairy. He can't stop crying. Oh, poor guy. Did you come to pay respects? Bless you. Oh. My Growlithe, why did you die? I'm a channeler. There are spirits up to mischief. Pokemon Tower was erected in the memory of Pokemon that had died. Yeah. I don't know if you caught it, but yeah, this place right here, it's a cemetery. So, gravestones everywhere, of course. And as you might guess, in this place you can actually find... Well, I'm gonna talk about that later. Well, as you might have guessed, in this place you can find... Of course, Gary freaking Oak. That's not what I was gonna say, but I don't know, I guess it just fit. Hey, Yellow, what brings you here? Your Pokemon don't look dead. Oh wow, jeez. That's a nice thing to say. I can at least make him faint. Let's go, pal! And we'll fight Gary one more time. So, this right here is actually something that I need to talk about. This is the first battle in which Gary will have a different team depending on how you've played the game so far. Yes, Gary has a dynamic team in Pokemon Yellow. In Pokemon Red and Blue, his team will be dependent on his starter, and his starter depends on your starter, so depending on which starter you chose, Gary will have a certain Pokemon. Oh, sorry, a certain team. Here in Pokemon Yellow, because you only have one starter, the way that they changed up Gary's team is dependent on how many fights against Gary you have won. So he's gonna open up with Fearow. Of course, you can see everything on the sidebar. I'm not gonna be listing it out. I'm just gonna be fighting because, you know, we've been through this enough times. So there are 2 battles against Gary here in Pokemon Yellow that will determine which team Gary will have. Those 2 battles being the very first battle in Professor Oak's lab right after you receive Pikachu. And in that battle, you can either win or lose the game. Or lose the battle. Normally, in the game, if you lose a battle, you will black out, lose some money, and be warped to the last place you healed at. Usually a Pokemon Center, of course. But for the very first battle, you can lose and the game will continue normally. Whether you win or lose, that will affect the battle. I mean, Gary's team. And there is also that one battle on Route 22. Yeah, 22? I think it's 22. Either 22 or 23. Where... Bumblebee, okay. Oh no. Oh, good. Where you can either win the fight or not fight at all. Nice critical. That was probably unnecessary. I'm gonna say it was, because I am 8 levels higher. So yeah, I'm just gonna say it was unnecessary. Useless. So yeah, you can either win that battle or completely skip it. That battle is not mandatory at all. If you win, then something will happen. If you lose, you will just be warped to the last place you healed at. And then you can actually try to fight Gary again if you want. That's literally how the battle goes. Oh man, I'm just sweeping his team. This is so sad. Poor Gary. But you don't actually have to defeat Gary over on Route 22. As I said, you can completely skip the battle. Now, depending on whether you won the first battle or not, and won the second battle, the optional, on Route 22, or you skipped that battle, Gary will have one of 3 teams. You can see the conditions on screen right now, and those will determine whether he will have a water team, an electric team, or a fire team. Now, right now, that is not exactly important, but we will see in the very near future. Well, in the very next battle, actually, against Gary, I don't remember when that is, but yeah, on the very next battle, we will see why those are the 3 different teams: electric, water, and fire. So, yeah. Do I want to... No, I'm just gonna stick with Tattle. Hey, Mega Punch. So yeah, this is actually really interesting. Like, your rival has a dynamic team depending on how you've been playing the game. I just think that is too cool. And of course, we just kicked his butt because we're like 5 levels higher than his strongest Pokemon, so... No sweat at all. Easiest battle ever. What? You stinker! I took it easy on you too! Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You totally did. Sure. How's your Pokédex coming along, pal? I just caught a Cubone. Oh, really? Wait, how did you do that? I want to know. Seriously, I want a Cubone. I want to know how you did that. I can't find the grown-up Marowak yet. I doubt there are any left. Well, I better get going. I've got a lot to accomplish, pal. Smell you later. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's Gary for you right there. And also, oh, I don't know if I wanna. Sure. Oh, she's not a trainer. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna talk about it in detail, but yeah, there's like a whole theory because when you fight Gary in the SSN, he has a Rattata, and when you fight him in here, oh sorry, he has Eradicate. And when you fight him here, he doesn't have that Eradicate anymore. So like, what is Gary doing in the Pokemon Tower? Is he burying his Eradicate that you killed the last time you fought him in the SSN? No, he's not. If you look at the levels, it's just, it doesn't match up. So, yeah, you did not kill your rival's Pokemon. So let's talk to this channeler. Even we could not identify the wayward ghosts. A Silph Scope might be able to unmask them. Yeah. So there are ghosts here that even the channelers can't identify. But Gary was able to? Anyway, if we walk around the upper floors of the Pokemon Tower, first of all, there will be some trainers. They will all be channelers, and all channelers will use some combination of ghost Pokemon. The only one in the game is Ghastly. So yeah, all channelers will have Ghastly in their team. There we go. That should do it, critical hit. I'm gonna say that that was necessary because Ghastly has a good special, so I'm just gonna pretend like that was actually necessary. And there we go. So yeah, channelers will have ghost type Pokemon, Ghastly, sometimes Haunter, so yeah, nothing big. But there are also wild Pokemon in here, however, ghosts appear. Darn, the ghost can't be ID'd. Yeah, you have no idea what this Pokemon is, you can't actually fight it, Zoo's too scared to move. Get out, get out. Am I losing PP? No, yeah, see? You just can't do anything. And somehow it's speaking? Let's try a Pokeball. Oh, it dodged. Pokemon can't be caught, exactly. So, that's what the channeler was saying in the first floor. There are ghosts right here that can't be identified. However, she did mention the item Silph Scope, which might be able to do just that. And, well, as a matter of fact, I can tell you that it does. So until we get the Silph Scope, we can't get completely through the Pokemon Tower. So let's look for the Silph Scope and then maybe try to find something in the Pokemon Tower. First, let's heal up. Red, you're leaving Lavender Town and you didn't talk about the thing. Well, I'm gonna talk about the thing later. Yeah, both things that I didn't talk about. And here we are in Route 8. Yes. Here in Route 8, there will be, of course, a few trainers, but the most important thing... yeah, here you have to fight one of these two guys, so I'm eventually gonna fight both of them, but, you know, I'm just gonna fight one of them for now. But more importantly, there are 2 new Pokemon that we can find. So while we're getting through this place, let's talk about them. The first new Pokemon is Growlithe, pure fire type. It is really cool. Growlithe is very balanced all around with a focus on attack, physical attack at that. How good is that? Well, for a fire type, it's very unorthodox to say the least. Usually fire types are either special or mixed. But Growlithe is just physical. Its special isn't anything special. No pun intended. But then you ask, does it have good physical moves to back up that good attack stat? Yeah, it does. It gets access to Body Slam, Takedown, Double Edge, Dig, Swift, and Skull Bash. Takedown actually by level up to level 30. If you wanna wait up until level 50 to evolve it, you are gonna get Flamethrower. It's gonna be really hard to keep raising a Growlithe up to that level because battles will start to take a lot, and even though Growlithe is on the tankier side, it's still a first form Pokemon, so it will not be able to take a lot of hits on its first form. If you don't want to wait till level 50, you can still get TM38 Fire Blast. There's only 1 per game, so, you know, be mindful of that. If you're not gonna wait until level 50 to evolve your Growlithe, then you know where your Fire Blast TM is gonna go. It's definitely gonna go to Growlithe, because otherwise it's just gonna be a horrible fire type, having access to just Ember, and by that point you might as well use a normal type, not fire. It is also pretty fast with agility, especially on level 39, so, you know, it's not a bad Pokemon at all. Growlithe is definitely something that you should consider using. It evolves via Firestone, so you know, once you evolve it, it's not gonna learn any more moves, so you have to stick with Growlithe. I would say up until level 50, which is gonna be a pain, but yeah, once it becomes Arcanine, well, then it just becomes on par with pretty much anything else. Even the likes of Charizard. The difference, of course, being that Charizard's a good mixed attacker, while Growlithe, well, Arcanine is just a mediocre mixed attacker at best. It does have a good special stat. It's not awful by any means, but it is gonna be a physical attacker and there's nothing you can do about it. You can still use fire type moves. Remember that fire is special type, so you're gonna be using special to use fire moves. But yeah, Arcanine is a pretty good Pokemon. I recommend it. A lot of people love it. I know how good it is. And as the generations go by, it just gets better. But here in Generation 1, I would say that at most, it's good. But of course, it's not present in the blue version. In the yellow version, we are able to get Growlithe a lot later on in the game. Well, not a lot later on, but it will still be a couple hours until we can have access to Growlithe. So, you know, if you're desperate for a fire type, this might not be the one for you. Especially if you're on Pokemon Blue, where it doesn't even exist. What might be for you, though, oh my gosh, it's Vulpix, baby! A lot less tankier than Growlithe, that's for sure. However, it is a specialized attacker. First of all, the whole theme of, you know, a fox. Japanese foxes are just amazing. I love Japanese foxes. I don't know why. They're so cool. And the whole legend with the Kyuubi and all the kitsune, and it's just so awesome. So you know where Vulpix comes from, and because of its legend, it actually learns, well, one ghost type move, being Confuse Ray. Confused Ray will always inflict confusion with 100% accuracy, which is really good at level 28 on top of that, so it is very early on. And then at level 35 it will learn Flamethrower. Now at level 42 Vulpix is gonna learn Fire Spin. Fire Spin is basically a fire type wrap. It's broken like that, and in the hands of Vulpix it's gonna be super powerful. Its accuracy is on the low side, but it's wrap. If you want to take advantage of that, it's that strong, and it learns Flamethrower at 35, oh my gosh. It also gets access to Dig, Double Edge, Takedown, Body Slam, Fire Blast, Swift, and Skull Bash, and Rest, even Substitute. All of those via TM, of course. Its physical attack is not great, so it is not as good a physical attacker as Growlithe and Arcanine are, but it doesn't have to be, because it's a good special attacker. Being even faster than Growlithe and Arcanine, I would say that Vulpix is definitely one of the best fire types in the game. It is not a mixed attacker like Charmander, and it is not a physical attacker like Arcanine. It is a dedicated special fire type attacker who is fast. It's definitely not tanky, but it can do its stuff really well. If you're looking for a dedicated fire type, Vulpix might just be your guy, and to be honest, I wanted to use one. It is unavailable for catching in Pokemon Yellow. We can get it from a little something that I'll show in the next episode, but it's just not worth it, I would say. And the thing with Vulpix is that as the generations went on, it kinda lost its edge, because, you know, Arcanine just became more and more powerful, so Vulpix kinda got the shaft right there, because Arcanine started doing everything that Vulpix was able to do, so, and then it just became kind of a thing where, why use Vulpix when you can use Arcanine? Well, or Ninetales at that. But then came Generation 5, and in Generation 5, Ninetales was redeemed. So, I wanted to use Pokemon that aren't gonna be very useful in the later generations here in this playthrough, and I definitely consider Ninetales, but I decided not to go with Ninetales because it is gonna be redeemed. And I am gonna use other Pokemon who are not going to be redeemed at all. Some would say that they're even bad in this game. I'm gonna say that they're bad in this game. But still, I definitely wanted to use Ninetales, but unfortunately, in order to get them, I would need to grind a lot, and I'm just not in the mood for that. I would rather stick with Charmander. But if you're playing the blue version and you have access to Vulpix right now, definitely consider it. You might even want it to substitute Charmander. I don't know. Now, which one is better between Ninetales and Arcanine? Honestly, they are two very different Pokemon. If you go with Ninetales, you're gonna get a special attacker who is very fast and not tanky at all. It specializes in fire type usage, and it has good buffing moves. If you go for Arcanine, you're gonna get a physical attacker who is not amazing at using fire type moves, but it is pretty good, and it's also kinda tanky and can get very fast if you decide to stack up a couple agilities. So at the end of the day, there are two very different Pokemon. It's hard to tell you that one of them is better than the other, at least in Generation 1. When Generation 2 comes, I can safely say that Arcanine is the better option. But until we defeat the Elite Four and get done with Pokemon Yellow, I just can't say in good faith that Arcanine is better than Ninetales or the other way around. They're two very different Pokemon with very different objectives. Pick out whichever one you think will complement your team the most, and have fun.
And there we have it. Hey, Red, did you seriously catch a Jigglypuff and call it Melon? No, it's Merlon from Paper Mario, because it makes you snooze. It's a joke. Anyway, so yeah, not available in Pokemon Yellow, unfortunately. As I said, I would have liked to use Vulpix a lot, but yeah, I would have to get Pokemon Blue in order to get Vulpix, or do some pretty weird stuff otherwise, so yeah. As I said, I'm not gonna fight everyone here because we are pretty close to getting our next team member. So yeah, I want to save as many trainers as I can to, you know, give experience to that guy. And also, I just want to point out, don't fight this guy. Whatever you do, if you want to complete the Pokédex or just, you know, catch a bunch of strong Pokémon, don't fight this guy. Just don't ever. No. Just like we did with the Mew glitch, you don't want to fight that guy right now because he is important if you want to complete the Pokédex like I do. But anyway, over here we have the underground path that connects Celadon to Lavender. Well, it actually connects Route 7 to Route 8, but you know how it goes. Of course, the path to, what is it called? The path to Saffron City is blocked by a thirsty guard because, you know, a guard, it's just too thirsty to let people go through him. The department store in Celadon has a great selection. Wow, great, we'll have to check that out. Now, over here in the underground path, this is just another straight path. The other underground path that we saw was a straight path up and down. This one is a straight path left and right. Yeah, it is so diverse. But yeah, that's all. And here we are at the end. If we go up, of course, we're just gonna keep going. But there are actually 2 items that I kind of want to get just for the sake of getting them. So, the first one should be, let's see. If I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 9. There we go. There's an elixir right here. 19 tiles east to the stairs. And if we go all the way... Oh, wait. I keep forgetting that I have a freaking bicycle. Jeez. Okay. And if we go over here... Okay. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4... 2, 33, 34. Boom! A nugget! Yes! Nugget you can sell, again, you can sell it for a lot of money. But I don't want to do that right away because I kind of want to do some stuff with that nugget later on. I heard a sleepy Pokemon appeared near Celadon City. Really? I just saw one near Lavender Town. Oh wow, who knew? Oh yeah, there was one near Lavender Town. That's where the Route 12 connects to the... what is it called? Vermilion. Yes, that's where Vermilion City connects to Route 12 and Lavender Town. So yeah, there's a Snorlax there. And here's just the same sign. So this right here is Route 7. There are a few Pokemon here in Route 7. Nothing too interesting. Let's see. Pidgeys, Pidgeotos, Rattatas, Jigglypuffs, and Abras. Yeah, Route 8 was better because it had, of course, better chances at Vulpix and Growlithe. But also Kadabra, which I caught. I don't know how, but yeah, I did. Don't want to spend too much time here because it really isn't anything interesting. The house over to the west, well, sorry, the east, right here. Once again, it's gonna take you to Saffron City, but the guard is also thirsty. All 4 guards guarding Saffron City are so thirsty. If only they had a cold drink. Maybe they would let a child walk. Keep out of Team Rocket's way. Whoa, okay, gee, sorry, buddy. Oh, wow, gee. Okay, now, you can see from the sidebar that I actually decided to deposit this Stratio. Oh, sorry, this Pooplio. And there is a good reason for that. Not a great reason, but there's a reason. This is my trusted pal Poliwrath, evolved from Poliwhirl when I used Water Stone. Why, yes, that happens. Poliwhirl will evolve into Poliwrath when you use a Water Stone on it. Who knew? Who knew? Trainer tips. X accuracy boosts the accuracy of... Yeah, we know, thanks. Okay, so here we are in Celadon City. Yes! Freaking Celadon City. Oh my gosh, this place is just... It's just so cool. Some more trainer tips. Oh, it's just telling me more stuff about items. I know all this stuff. Thanks. Freaking advertisements. Coin exchange for prizes. Prize exchange. And over here, what do we have? Rocket Game Corner, the playground for grown-ups. So I don't want to go into the game corner right now. Instead, I just want to take a stroll around Celadon City, because this is quite a cool place. The most noteworthy place here is, not Celadon Mansion, is, the Mart. As you can see, this Pokemart is huge, and there's a good reason for that. This is not any Pokemart, this is the Celadon department store. Let's talk to the clerk. Welcome to the department store. The board on the right describes the store layout, so if you read this right here, it will tell you what you can do in each floor. Boom. Yeah, there we go. So there are a few different floors right here, 5 in total. This is floor 1. This is just a reception. There's nothing interesting in here. This is the floor number 2. For long outings, you should buy Revive. Yes, I have some. Haha, thanks. Super Repel keeps weak Pokemon at bay. It's more powerful than a Repel. Yes, actually, Super Repels are the most cost-effective Repels in the game. You know, $Poké per step. So, yeah. This clerk right here on the left, let's talk about the left one first. He will just have a few battle items that are interesting, like Great Balls, just like we saw in Lavender Town, Super Potions, Revives, but also Super Repels. You pay $500 and you will be covered for 200 steps. Normal Repels are $200 and 100 steps. So, wait, no, $300 and 100 steps. There is another tier of Repel, which is 250 steps for $1,000, I think. Not entirely sure on that. So yeah, this right here is the most cost-effective one. If you are big on using Repels, this is your best way of doing it. I'm not gonna buy any right now because I still have some Repels left over. There are also some, you know, status items right there. So yeah, do with that what you will. So I don't want to buy Super Repels right now because they will take up inventory space. They don't stack up with normal Repels. So yeah, because I still have 7, that's still plenty of Repels for me for the moment. The clerk on the right, however, is so interesting. Look at this! TMs! Oh my gosh, so many TMs. So, whew.
TM32, Double Team, increases evasion. TM33, Reflect, decreases damage taken. TM02, Razor Wind, normal type, not flying. You charge for 1 turn, next turn you attack with 80 power. You can be interrupted. TM07, Horn Drill. If you are faster than the Pokemon, there is a 30% chance you will knock it out in 1 hit. It is that good. Oh my gosh. 30% accuracy though. So be mindful of that. And if you are slower, you will never hit. TM37 Egg Bomb. 2 Pokemon in the game can learn this. It is super powerful. So if you're raising a Chansey or an Execute, buy this. TM01 Mega Punch. The TM is not limited in this game. You can get multiple Mega Punches, as well as TM05 Mega Kick. 2 awesome moves. Tattle has Mega Punch to this day. TM09 Takedown. There is recoil damage, but it is more damage than Mega Punch. It is interesting. If you like it, go ahead. I don't love recoil damage, so I am going to be avoiding it for the moment at least. I might reconsider it later on. But for now, not going to be buying Takedown. Normal type, really powerful. And TM17 Submission. Fighting type, super powerful, but it also has recoil.
Ooh, yeah. Those are the TMs right there. Oh, there's also an elevator if you don't want to take the stairs right there to the left. Yeah, of course. So yeah, this is the second floor, which is just amazing. If we keep going up, we will find the third floor. Over here, they actually don't sell anything. Oh, hi, I finally finished Pokemon. Not done yet. This might be useful. And we get TM18. That is Counter. You will move second. This move forces you to move second. It has what we call negative, what is it called? Priority. Negative priority. So you will move second, and you'll actually deal more damage depending on how much damage you took. Notes on the bottom correcting me, of course. Captured Pokemon are registered with an ID number and OT, the name of the original trainer that caught it. Yes, that is true. If you check out your Pokemon right here, you can see that Alan, it has an ID number 58313 and OT yellow. So these things, they actually determine whose Pokemon it is. That is how the game knows whether the Pokemon is traded or not. That is how the game knows if the Pokemon is going to receive bonus experience, if the Pokemon is gonna be starting to disobey you, or if you can or not rename the Pokemon yourself. So yeah, that's how the game knows. There's also a secret ID. I'm not entirely sure if a secret ID is in this game, but yeah, there's also a secret number in some of the games that you can't actually see. And of course, those are all randomly assigned, so it's really hard to manipulate things. Come on, Graveler. I love Graveler, I collect them. Huh? Graveler turned into a different Pokemon. That's because you traded, buddy. Alright, my buddy's going to trade me his Kangaskhan for a Graveler. So many Graveler. And you? You can identify Pokemon you got in trades by their ID numbers. Yes, that's what I just said. It's an SNES. Oh, cool. A sports game. Dad will like that. Dad, he exists? Fighting game looks tough. A puzzle game looks addictive. Yoshi's Cookie, probably. An RPG, there's no time for that. Pfft, who has time for RPGs? So yeah, third floor, nothing interesting. However, the fourth floor, oh mama. Now here in the 4th floor. Let's talk up to the NPCs first, because they're interesting, the NPCs here in the department store. I'm getting a gift for Copycat in Cerulean City. It's got to be a Pokédoll. They are trendy. Yeah, this is actually kind of interesting. I'm gonna talk about it later. Not in this episode, but yeah, I'll talk about that later. I heard something useful. If you... Oh, sorry. You can run from a wild Pokémon by distracting them with a Pokédoll. Yes, there is a guarantee run away. If you use the item called Pokédoll, you will guarantee running away from the wild Pokémon you're fighting. And where can you get Pokédolls? Well, wouldn't you know it? Right here for 1,000 Pokédollars. That is the only thing that a Pokédoll does. But this is not what's great about this floor right here. You can actually buy evolutionary stones right here. They are kind of on the expensive side, but it's totally worth it because you will get an evolving Pokemon. Remember, of course, that if you evolve your Pokemon by using a stone, it will not learn any new moves. So, you know, watch out for that. And of course, we do have a Pokemon that evolves via stone in Pikachu. We can buy Leaf Stones, Water Stones, Thunder Stones, and Fire Stones. You cannot buy Moon Stones, unfortunately. Those are limited in the game, so use those wisely. But the other ones, you can buy them as long as you have money. And because we have a Pikachu, I want to buy a Thunderstone. Yes. Haha. So what do you say we evolve our good old pal Pikachu? Let's do it. Yeah, he's still feeling ecstatic or static, depending on how you want to say it. Let's use a Thunderstone on Zoo. It's time for the next evolution, baby. Just had to take a good gulp of water for that. What? Zoo's refused? Dude, what? No! Seriously? You don't want to evolve? Are you insane? Pikachu sucks! I stuck around with you because I thought you would become a Raichu, and you're just going nope? You're going into the PC. Sorry, Pikachu, nope, but I'm gonna ban you if you're not gonna become a Raichu. Yes, that is one thing that Pokemon Yellow does. I know this from the beginning, of course, I do my research most of the time. In Pokemon Yellow, because this game is trying to mimic the anime, Pikachu will refuse a Thunderstone you try to give it. Yes, I wanted to buy the Thunderstone just to show that because, you know, that is a cool thing that Pikachu does. But yeah, your starting Pikachu cannot evolve by your hands. How does that make me feel? Honestly, really aggravated because I love Raichu. It is one of my favorite Pokemon from Kanto, and it's just so infuriating that in the game where Pikachu is the main Pokemon, you can't get Raichu. I mean, that is honestly very infuriating. It is just awful. However, if you really want to evolve your starting Pikachu, you can trade it into another game and evolve it there and then trade it back. If you evolve your Pikachu into Raichu, it will stop following you. Only your starting Pikachu can follow you around. Another player's starting Pikachu will not follow you around, so we will lose all of those interactions. In battle, as you have probably noticed by this point, Pikachu usually slides in while other Pokemon pop out from Pokeballs. That is only your starting Pikachu as well. And of course, Raichu just won't have those cool things. So because of that, yes, I will not be evolving my Pikachu. That is my decision, just so I can keep doing the cool stuff. I will tank through the entire game with a freaking Pikachu. A sucky, terrible Pikachu. Sorry, Zoo. Yeah, you suck. But yeah, it is a really bad Pokemon. If it became a Raichu, it would be so much better. But nope, not in Pokemon Yellow. You want it to be like Ash, you gotta be like Ash and suck. Anyway, let's talk to the clerks. Here in the 5th floor, there are a couple clerks, as always. And the one on the right will sell some vitamins. These 5 vitamins will of course increase your stats. HP up increases HP, protein increases attack, iron increases defense, carbos increases speed, and calcium increases special. This will increase EVs, those stats that we talked about in the previous Pokemon for Dummies. So yeah, it's there. They are really expensive, so be careful when buying them. I would say it's not worth buying, because eventually you will get the stats anyway, but yeah, they're there. And here on the left cashier, he will just have the X items. They are kinda good if you know how to use them, but usually in battle I just prefer to deal damage instead of buffing myself, so yeah. I don't know, of course it all depends on battle. Competitively speaking, like if it's a really tough battle, then sure, those are worth it. But normally, for normal adventure, it's not really worth it. Anyway, here we are at the rooftop. In the rooftop, there are two people. This guy right here. My sister is a trainer, believe it or not. But she's so immature, she drives me nuts. Yeah, oh, who cares. And we also have this little girl. Let's talk to her. I'm thirsty. I want something to drink. Oh my! Oh my! Have we seen that anywhere before? Well, wouldn't you know it? There are some vending machines right here. We have 3 possible items. I want to buy one of each, a freshwater soda pop and a lemonade. And what am I gonna do with these items? Well, I'm just gonna give them to the girl. Hey girl, I'm thirsty, I want something to drink. Give her a drink? Oh, why yes, I will. So you can give her any one of the 3 items from the vending machines right over there. Yes, taking items from stranger. Apparently in the Pokemon world, that's okay. If you give her a fresh water, she will give you TM13, which contains Ice freaking Beam. Oh my gosh, this is one of the best moves in the game. I'm gonna talk about it better in more detail later on, but yeah, just get this item, just get this TM. And then if you give her a soda pop, she will give you TM48, which contains Rock Slide, the single strongest rock type move in the game. Really, really worth it if you like rock type moves. Of course, not every Pokemon can learn it, and it's also physical. So think about who you're teaching it to, but yeah, it is a really strong move. And if you give her a lemonade, you get TM49, which contains Tri-Attack. Now, Tri-Attack is disappointing, to say the least. If you played any of the newer games from Generation 2 and onward, Tri-Attack is actually a really interesting move. In the newer games, Tri-Attack has a chance of either paralyzing, freezing, or burning at random, which is really cool. It's also normal type, so, it's just super interesting. It's a really cool move. But here in Generation 1, it doesn't have that. So, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just a normal type move, deals normal type physical damage, and it has no secondary effects. So yeah, it is a little bit of a disappointment, but hey, it's still there. And if we come over here, my dear Pokemon keep me company. Meowth even brings me home money. Oh, you have an adorable Pikachu with you. Your Pikachu looks happy with you. Oh. Well, not happy enough to evolve? Apparently. Freaking Pikachu. Nah, I'm just kidding. You don't need to change for me, Pikachu. I love you just the way you are. Not 100% sure I would prefer Raichu. And if we do this... Oh, it's a normal PC. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay. I didn't know there was a PC right here. That's cool. And if we keep on climbing... Oh, here are some people. Let's talk to them. I'm the graphic artist. I drew you. Fourth wall shattered. Is that right? I'm the game designer, filling up our Pokédex stuff, but don't quit. When you finish, come tell me. Oh, okay, I'll remember to do that. Me, I'm the programmer. Cool. Hi, programmer. I wrote the store. Isn't Erica cute? I like Misty a lot too. Oh, and Sabrina, I like her. Just talking about the girls. We haven't met Erica yet. She's the gym leader of Celadon City. So we will meet her in not too long, but yeah, she's here. And also Sabrina is the leader of Saffron City. So we'll also meet her eventually. And that's it for this place. Or is it? As you saw, there was another area that was fenced off. We can get into that area by just going around the place, wherever we can go around the place. Oh, I have a bike. Remember to use the bike. Jeez. Then you can stop looking at Pikachu who will not evolve for me. Yeah, we can just come over here in the back and... boom! We're right behind the house. And if we actually climb this place all the way to the top, I know everything! Ugh, that's creepy. Let's talk to this guy. I know everything about the world of Pokémon in your Game Boy. Jeez. Way to shatter the fourth wall even further. Get together with your friends and trade Pokémon, yes! So, it's a pamphlet on TMs. There are 50 TMs in all. There are also 5 HMs that can be used repeatedly, Silph code. And also a blackboard. Training tips. Using a game link cable. Oh, so this is how you learn how to use it, okay. So yeah, link cable is how you trade with people, it's how you fight people, it's just a cool thing. And there's also this item right here on the table. Do you think the guy will mind if we pick it up? I don't think he'll mind. But is it an item? You get Eevee! Freaking Eevee! Oh my gosh! What is this madness? We already got all 3 starters and now we're even getting access to our rival starter? In this very game? This is insane. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have Eevee in our hands. Now, Eevee itself is not a special Pokemon at all. Its stats are crummy at best, its moves are not anything amazing to look at. However, if you know what this guy can be, then I don't even have to tell you because you already know. But if you don't know, I'm just gonna tell you right now. Eevee is the single most unique Pokemon up to this day. As you can see from the sidebar, Eevee does not evolve from 1 stone. Eevee evolves from 3 different evolutionary stones. If you have an Eevee, you can either use a water stone, a thunder stone, or a fire stone to evolve it. And depending on which one you use, you're gonna get a different evolution. Now, all evolutions are dedicated to a certain something. The water type evolution is gonna be dedicated to tanking, the electric type is gonna be very fast, the fire type is gonna be very offensive, and as the generations go by, they give you new evolutions which are also very dedicated to their own thing. So Eevee is a very unique Pokemon in that you can get it and customize it to whatever team you want. It's hard to find a team where Eevee doesn't fit at all, especially today with like 7 different evolutions. So as I said, Eevee itself, not a very special Pokemon. What are special though, are its evolutions. The first important detail to talk about is that even though Eevee evolves through stones, its evolutions will still learn moves normally. You're gonna get your Eevee at level 25, so any move before level 25 from the evolutions are not going to be learned, which can be kinda bad, but still. It's just something that happens. So starting off with the water type evolution called Vaporeon. Now Vaporeon is just straight up a beast with 130 HP and 110 special. It's something to be feared. It's a water type that is extremely tanky, and because here special is, you know, both offensive and defensive, it's an amazing tank and an amazing attacker. You are not going to get any water type moves right off the bat. You are gonna have to use up a TM in order to get those good water type moves, but that is not to worry at all because you are gonna get plenty of amazing water type moves. It also has access to ice type moves, which is definitely something that you should consider. And all in all, Vaporeon is just a really strong tank. There is really not a whole lot that I can say. It's a really, really good Pokemon. I considered using Vaporeon for my team actually, but then I decided on something else because, you know, as you know, I'm trying to do a little something where I go like, hey, this guy, it's not the best, but it can be useful, so, you know, here you go. I'm gonna try to do that, so I'm gonna use another water type, not Vaporeon. But I definitely love this guy a lot. Couldn't recommend it enough. And if you have a slot for a water type, you should 100% consider Vaporeon. It is better than that good. There's a little something though that I think it's kind of funny. At level 42, Vaporeon's gonna try to learn both Haze and Mist, 2 moves in 1 level. In the first generation, that's not actually possible, only Pokemon Yellow, of course. It's not in Red and Blue. So instead, Vaporeon is just gonna learn Haze. It's not even gonna try to learn Mist. So if you want the move Mist on your Vaporeon, you can totally get it. What you have to do is deposit it on the daycare when it is level 41. And then on the daycare, you know, you walk around enough, so it grows to level 42. And once it reaches level 42, it's gonna learn both Haze and Mist. You just have to be careful because those moves are gonna overwrite something, so make sure you don't have anything that you don't want to lose on Vaporeon, just in case, you know, those two moves overwrite a good move like Hydro Pump, which is, you're probably not gonna have at that point, but you know. So yeah, it's just a funny little thing. Of course, links in the description if you want more information. Next up we have the beast itself, what many people consider to be the very best electric type in the game, and honestly, I agree. Jolteon! With 130 speed, it is among the fastest Pokemon in the game. With 110 special, it is among the strongest attackers in the game. Being an electric type, of course, it's a special attacker. Now, all the special moves Jolteon learns are electric, so you can't put a lot of versatility on it, and its attack is not amazing. So the physical moves it learns, although they do give you some variability. Jolteon doesn't have an amazing attack stat, so it's not great to use physical moves on it. You do have the option, and at the end of the day you are gonna have them in your moveset because, you know, you have nothing better to do with those moves, so you might as well get Double Kick and Pin Missile when you level up enough. Again, as soon as you evolve it with a Thunderstone, you are not going to have any electric moves, so you might want to use the Thunderbolt TM that Lieutenant Surge gave you, as well as Thunder Wave. That's something that you might want to use. My recommended moveset for Jolteon would definitely be either Thunderbolt or Thunder, whichever one you prefer. Thunder, of course, having more power but less accuracy, and then Thunder Wave, Pin Missile, and Double Kick, just for the variability. Thunder Wave, of course, it's just an amazing move overall. Thunder and Thunderbolt are gonna be your main type of damage, but in case you find yourself stuck against a ground type, you still have Double Kick and Pin Missile. Double Kick dealing normal damage and Pin Missile dealing not very effective damage. I do recommend that you have Pin Missile because it's a bug type move. Jolteon is the second best psychic killer in the game. The first one, of course, being Beedrill. Beedrill is just that much stronger than Jolteon physically speaking and, you know, bug type speaking. But if you don't want to use Beedrill because of how frail it is, then Jolteon is your best option. Pin Missile is gonna do a lot. Is it gonna do more than Thunder? Probably not. Is it gonna do more than Thunderbolt? Probably not. But it's still something that you might want to consider, especially if you end up fighting something that has a 4 times weakness to it, like a Grass Psychic, like Execute or Executor. It's something to consider. Now, Jolteon is not nearly as tanky as Vaporeon, but honestly it doesn't have to be because it just does a different job. Jolteon is supposed to be fast and killing. That's not how you English. Jolteon is supposed to be fast and dangerous, period, nothing else. It's supposed to be a sweeper, and it definitely does the job well. Better than Raichu? 100%. Better than legendaries? No. But we don't usually put legendary Pokemon on par with normal Pokemon, so you know. Jolteon is the best electric type Pokemon in the game. And now a little guy that gets a lot of flack, and I honestly don't understand why. By using a Firestone on your Eve, you're gonna get Flareon with a beastly 130 attack and a beastly 110 special. Flareon is amazing. It has amazing stats. It is on the slow side, it is on the frail side. Its HP and defense are not good at all, but the moves it gets are very powerful. You are gonna have to wait until level 52 to learn Flamethrower, so it does run into the same problem as Growlithe, where you are gonna be stuck with a Pokemon, with a Fire-type Pokemon that is not an amazing Fire-type Pokemon, but it has amazing physical moves to cover for that, at least for a while. And because it is already evolved, you don't have to wait to evolve it. You might as well use it. It is gonna be stuck with using Fire Spin from level 36 and on. You are not gonna have access to any Fire-type moves until you learn Fire Spin on 36, unless you use the TM for Fire Blast, which you get by defeating the 7th gym, so good luck waiting for that. You might as well get up to level 52. So as a fire type, it does fail a little bit, so I do understand why people say that Flareon is a bad Pokemon, but I don't think it's a bad Pokemon. I would just call it a poor fire type. Its special is insanely high. People say that Magnemite is a good attacker because it has a high special. Flareon has a higher special. So how is Flareon worse? Well, it has access to moves later on. So it is a late bloomer, but that doesn't mean it's a bad Pokemon, especially because it's physical. It's just that much better. Of course, there are still better normal type attackers than Flareon, most of them being normal type, but Flareon definitely gets the job done, and when you do get Flamethrower, when you do get Fire Blast, then Flareon just becomes a force to be reckoned with. It is a really strong mixed attacker. It is not the fastest, it is not the tankiest, but if you use it correctly, it can definitely be something to be feared. You just have to know how to use it properly. I would say that there are easier fire-type Pokemon to use, especially in Charmander and Vulpix, but Flareon is definitely not a horrible Pokemon. A lot of people give it a lot of flack, and I really think it is undeserved. It is just a late bloomer, so for the adventure, it might not be your very best option. But as a Pokemon, it is very solid indeed. It does attack with just fire and normal, but it's still something. Arcanine does become a better mixed attacker in Generation 2, but for Generation 1, Flareon might as well be one of the best fire-type mixed attackers. Not as good as Charmander, but it's definitely there, and it's definitely something that you may want to consider. At least look at it. Don't just discard it because other people say it's bad. Remember, Pokemon is all about strategizing and building the team that you want, building the team that you think is gonna work. If you think Flareon is a good fit for your team, don't hesitate to put it in just because other people say it's bad. It is not the best fire-type Pokemon, but guess what? Raichu isn't the best electric-type Pokemon and plenty of people use it. Charizard is not the best fire-type Pokemon, but a lot of people use it. Blastoise is not the best water-type, but a lot of people use it. So do what you like. Don't discard Flareon just because people say it's bad. It is not nearly as bad as people say.
Yes, I want to give it a nickname. And in honor of Pokemon Go, I'm gonna name my Eevee Spark, yes! That's why I wanted to free up my inventory, my party slot, not an inventory. Of course, you don't have to do this, the Pokemon will be sent to the PC if you don't have a free space. But yeah, here we have it, a freaking Eevee. You can only get one per game, as I said, so, you know, be mindful of what you do with this Eevee, who you evolve it into, because you can't go back. And that is actually why I decided to buy the Thunderstone. That's why I wasn't reluctant in buying the Thunderstone. It does cost money, Pikachu can't evolve by it, but Eevee can. And just to, you know, fill up my Pokédex, I'm gonna evolve Spark. Haha. And we get a freaking Jolteon. Am I gonna be using it in my team? I'm not. Because I already have Pikachu. I'm gonna stick around with Pikachu even though it can't evolve, and Jolteon is a far better Pokemon. But yeah, I'm gonna... It's just for the Pokédex. And of course, if you want to get the other two evolutions, then you have to trade with people. Yeah. There is no other way around it. You have to trade with people if you want the other evolutions. But yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles. There is a glitch that you can perform, of course, that will allow you to catch the other two evolutions or more Eevees if you want. And I will be doing that for the sake of the Pokédex and nothing else. But yeah. And that's about all that I wanted to do here in Celadon for this episode. So, next time, we'll be taking up more in-depth stroll around this place, if you want to call it that. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, where we go gambling. Ka-ching! Sounds like a bird dying. Jeez. Paka!